And now, boys and girls, we're outside the house and we're standing just outside of the mill. And you can see the acequia, which ran under the house and brought the water down. And the purpose was to turn the wheel, which used to be right there, and the wheel would turn the grinder inside the mill, which you will be seeing demonstrated for you, and then the corn from the labories would be ground here. Now this was probably the very first building was a mill that the priest built so that all the food from, especially the corn, produced in the labories out in the front could be used. Now, during the 20s, there was a huge flood and took away the mill, and there's just a small part of it left. And there is an old mill wheel laying out here somewhere that they found after the flood down the river, and they think it came from here originally. This is the part that was very important to Miss Edmund, and she loved the mill and everything about it. And I know you're going to enjoy learning the history of it and other uses for the mill that you will learn about inside.
This is the mill at the Yturri-Edmunds. The stone foundation is original, as is this adobe brick wall. In addition to the original adobe brick wall, there's another wonderful artifact. This is the side saddle that Ernestine Edmunds used to ride her horse Gunpowder to school and back, the same one we saw in the photograph. Now let's take a look inside the mill and see what life was like in a 19th century grain mill. A mill in a farming community like you'd find in South San Antonio was a meeting place. It's where people know they would see other people. It's where they could exchange letters. A mill was where all the farmers had to come to grind their grain. And so if you wanted to communicate with the other farmers in your neighborhood, it was a good place to do it.
Hi, my name is Alberto and I'm here to show you how the mill operates. When the mill was built, it originally ran on water power, which is why we had the water wheel outside, and it was powered by the acequia that ran through the property. Of course, today the water no longer runs through the acequia, so all we have to do now is hit the power button and it turns right on. The way the mill operates is there is a lower stone and an upper stone. There's a small flywheel on the back which we can use to adjust it, which will lower the bottom wheel up and down. And we have a drive belt, so the power comes from the bottom, it turns the rotor turns the belt, and then the belt turns the stone. So what I'm going to do now is drop the corn into the hopper, hit power on the mill, and I will show you exactly how it operates. So let's check it out. So
Here?
You sift out the fine kind of